You're in a fairly coach-friendly schedule right now. Are you sort of anxious to get into a bit of a rhythm as well, or are you going to soak up these practice days?
I want as many practices as we can. I think right now that's what it's about. You saw today, yesterday was a harder physical practice. Today was a harder mental practice. Working on a few things, we toned it down, and I had to stop it a few times. And still a lot of teaching. So it's not just okay touch-ups. We're far from the touch-ups right now. We're still some teaching, and the habits are not created. The habits show up, and then they're gone, and then they're there, and then they go back. So that's not habits. Habits is what you do every day, and the greatest majority of the time. So we're not there yet.
Is it too early to classify tomorrow night's game against your old team as a measuring stick game, a litmus test game?
You could say I'd rather see it as a great challenge. I mean, we know it's a great team. The young guys are not really young anymore. They're ready, and they've been groomed. And I think for our team, when you look at their team yesterday, don't be fooled by the score, because I think they've allowed 16 shots. So that's a team that's very good defensively, very tight on you. And obviously, the minute you give them the puck on transition, they can really hurt you, because all their lines have some offense. So we have to be at our very, very best at where we are right now in our process. I mean, obviously, our very best in 2 months will be a lot better than our very best today. But I think today we still have showed a lot of good things in different areas of the game to give us a chance.
When players get traded, sometimes they look on the calendar and see when they play their former team. When you got this job and you got the schedule, did you look at this game at all?
No. You know what? I've been asked that question, not just by the people here, but in the street and stuff. And for I don't know, maybe it's the distance of the years, or very calm and almost cold about it. I don't know how to explain it. Just it's been too long. I guess if it was last year, if it was a few months ago, and it was all the people that I had worked with and all the players that I've had, but I only coached 2 of these players. That's it. So I mean, it's Hedman was very, very young, and Stamkos was not old. He was still pretty young, and that's it. I think Killorn, I had 2 games or 3 games. I don't remember how many games, but I haven't. None of these guys are my guys except those 2 guys back then, and I mean, they were young, and I had them for 3 years. I totally enjoyed my experience there, and enjoyed coaching those guys. They're great individuals on top of being good players. But it's been a while. Like, we're talking almost 4 years soon. So it's just so much has changed, and it would be a lot harder if it was all the guys that I've coached almost, and those guys are coming in, and then I guess there would be more emotion there. But right now,
Do you still talk to Steve Yzerman?
Oh yeah, we've talked many times. Oh yeah, about all kinds of things. So that's why that I'd love to say, oh my goodness, it's a revenge day, and the whole big story. So you guys get a great story about it, but I'm trying to be it's just for me. It's just I'm so grateful. First of all, Montreal Canadiens gave me my first opportunity as a pro, so I owe them, Steve Yzerman and Mr. Vinnick, Julien Brisebois there. I owe them a lot, because we had as a family, we had 4 years down there where we had a really good life, and so I was given a lot. I was very fortunate that he gave me the reins to an NHL team and had success there. And 7th game in the conference finals. So I mean, you got to be grateful for these things. And then we kept on talking, and we more than just talking once in a while. We've talked many times after that. So we kept a really good relationship. So the animosity that I guess people would be looking for, there's none of it. So I have to be honest. That's why it's the distance in the years, the fact that there's only 2 players that I've coached there, the fact that I've kept great relationships with the GM and Julien Brisebois and those people, and inside the organization, I was really well treated. So there's none of that negativity I'd love to send out there, but there ain't.
Gee, but when they let you go, you didn't agree with the decision.
Oh, you're trying now, eh?
No, I'm just saying if it was me, like you were mad at me.
Yeah, well, I'm here today, so that's the good thing. The good thing is my first opportunity in the NHL has definitely helped me for my second one. And that's the way I've always taken it. And my father passed away when I was 17, but the one thing he left me with is don't just look how things end, look how things start. And I was given a great opportunity by these people, so that's the way I see it.
Have you been pleased with the progression that you've seen from players as you try to go through this whole implementation? Are you seeing progression that you want, or?
I'm seeing progression that I want, yes, but I'm not exactly the Mr. Patient. So every day I want more, and I want faster, and I want better. I guess maybe it's part of my strengths, but at the same time, I'm very rarely satisfied with how things are, and that's just my nature. I'm the same at home. Not always fun to be around me, but I feel it's going in the right direction at the pace that it should be going at. So that's fair, I would say. So yeah, I've been impressed by the buy-in. That I can say. The buy-in's been total buy-in up to now. Now it's just a question of having the repetition and the consistency, and that's just time. It's just, I can't go faster. It's impossible. That
kind of leads to what I want. You said 6 weeks.
Yeah, so I was talking to my Brian downstairs, and he was saying the same thing too. He didn't
You
look
have to hold yourself to that 6 weeks too, and not want to see it fast.
to remind myself that there's things like today. I would have there's a drill where to me it should have gone faster and quicker, but the reality is it's unfair to the players for me to have those expectations. But I still have to uphold the standard. I still have to push to get it, and to accelerate the process. But I have to be fair to the players. It's the same for a kid in school. You can't teach him grade 3 things when he's in grade 1, and the teacher has to understand there's a process. It's my job to understand how fast the process can go, and to be able to retract back, and to be at the right place for our players to learn at the right pace.
The guy who was saying he wants to be better today was Craig Anderson. How have you kind of felt a bit where he's at?
You know what? He's a very honest and down to earth, and when it comes down to saying what it is, he's pretty clear meat and potatoes guy. Will tell you this was no good, this was average, and this was great, and there were some really good moments, and he's the first to say, this one I could stop, and that one normally I'll get, and all that. So I think in that respect, that's a huge value, because whenever you got a goaltender that knows what's what, it's just a matter of time, and you're going to get his best. Right now, we know he missed, and it's the same with Stone. He missed, and everybody talks about MacArthur, but no matter how great he is, when he comes back, he will have missed, and Lazar needs some time. It's you don't look at the name, and you don't look at what they were at a certain place. You look at now. What are the circumstances? And that's what it is. And I think right now Anderson's missed, so now he's slowly every day catching up on the days that he's missed. And what I like is that he's won 3 games that he's been in, which explains and shows you his experience in terms of, okay, maybe this one he didn't like. I can't even tell you which one, because I'll be honest with you, it's not my thing, but he will close the game when it's time. That's the mark of a great goalie, and that's what I like right now, is that, okay, they scored that one, but the next one is not coming in. So you see the last 2 goals, one was a giveaway, so it has nothing to do with him, and then the other one after that, you look at those, you go, okay, we gave those 2 goals, but we had 7 goals by then almost, while missing the empty net. So I think he was done a great job at making sure that at the right time it stops there, and that's the mark of a great goalie.
Do you think these guys are okay with being pushed? Like, I'm talking just more professional athletes, but you're pushing them in a way that they probably haven't been pushed in quite a while.
Well, I think I've been hired to give them something they haven't had in quite a while, so that's part of it. If you don't want to push, then you're in the wrong business. Professional sports, if you just let people be what they are, well, they'll be surprised at where it's going, and it was the same at every level. So there's definitely, my approach has never changed, and it never will. It's the standards are high. We go after the standards, and there's guys on this team that definitely want to push, that know that that's what it's about. Guys like Kelly, who've won before, they know it's an everyday push. And the minute that they don't push themselves, the minute I don't push, you lose what you've gained. And so the people who've won know that's where it's at.